All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at something else we're working on. Like I said, even in this small little town, corruption, madness, monsters, they all exist. This is our local news channel, great channel. I watch it all the time.
An officer at the LaGrange County Jail has been arrested after he's accused of sexual battery involving an inmate. 21-year-old Jaden Boyd was arrested yesterday. Back in October, the LaGrange County Sheriff requested Indiana State Police to investigate the allegations against Boyd. The investigation was completed in mid-November, and yesterday, the LaGrange County prosecutor issued an arrest warrant. Boyd currently being housed in the Steuben County Jail. He's facing a preliminary charge of sexual misconduct with a service provider, according to police.
Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's continue. Let's see. All right, look at this.
South. Deputies say only one vehicle was involved. In total, 8 people were taken to the hospital with injuries. The identity of the person who was killed has not been released. In morning, deputies with the LaGrange County Sheriff's Department say one person is dead after a car went off the road and into a culvert in Eden Township. It happened late last night on County Road 500 South. Deputies say only one vehicle was involved. In total, 8 people were taken to the hospital with injuries. The identity of the person who was killed has not been released. This morning, deputies
Will anything be done after a 4-year-old Amish child fell out of a buggy and died? This happened over the weekend in LaGrange County.
News Channel 15's Kai Torp.
Will anything be done after a 4-year-old Amish child fell out of a buggy and died? This happened over the weekend in LaGrange County.
News Channel 15's Kai Torpasoa has been talking with state lawmakers to see if this kind of death can be avoided in the future. Kai Tor, what'd you learn?
Lawmakers say they are not going to interfere with the Amish because of their religious freedoms. So you won't be hearing about buggy seatbelts anytime soon. Should the Amish be required to wear seatbelts in their buggies? Some state lawmakers say no.
Well, I can see where folks may have that sense that buggies should have seatbelts. We have not gone there in the legislature out of respect for religious freedom.
A 4-year-old child fell out of the backseat of an Amish buggy in LaGrange County on Saturday and died. It's not known why the child fell out.
I'd say it's a tragic accident. Anytime there's a loss of life, especially a child.
State Senator Travis Holdman oversees the Amish in Adams County. He leaves these issues up to Amish religious leaders.
Typically, if a bishop gives word that people in the Amish community need to do something, most of those folks obey what their bishop tells them to do.
State Representative David Wilkins oversaw the Amish of LaGrange County until redistricting in 2010. He doesn't believe there's anything they could do or should do about children riding in Amish buggies.
Well, they do need protection, and that's something the parents are the ones that need to take control of. I mean, you can't go passing laws every time there is an accident. Accidents happen. It's a tragic event, and I sympathize with the family. But what could you do?
I agree. This has been a topic within our little town for a long time. we have a big population of Amish people, and they have horse and buggy, and there are always accidents out here with them getting hit by either cars or semis. So what do you do about it? I don't know. They're their own community. Maybe put a gathering up of and create their own roads or path just for horse and buggy. You can't drive no cars on it. You can't drive no motorcycles on it or anything. It would be just for the Amish community and their horses and buggies. That would be one way to solve this problem. I mean, they have the right to get around in town or whatever, but once they get out of town, there should be like their own little thing off the side of the road that just are for Amish and their horses and buggies. So I agree with that. Let's look what else is going on. Here's another LaGrange County, LaGrange, Indiana. Missing person. Finally solved. We'll see.
With better data comes better candidates. Start hiring for free today.
Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Joshua Short. Lauren has the night off, and we're getting new details as we come on the air out of LaGrange County about a missing persons cold case dating all the way back to 1952. You heard me right. That case is no longer cold tonight. For background, Ralph Stutzman mysteriously went missing more than 70 years ago. Our Jack Springate joins us, and he was actually joining his family early this afternoon as they finally got some of those answers to those questions they've been asking for 7 decades. You're in the newsroom with the latest. Hey, Jack.
Hey, Josh. Well, closure was the word many of them used to describe how they felt after learning this. And while many of Stutzman's surviving children never thought they'd ever get any answers behind their father's disappearance, new technology helped them connect the dots and connect with long-lost family members. Ralph Stutzman's 1952 disappearance could only be explained by rumors for the past 71 years, but now, thanks to the help of a genealogist, the LaGrange County Sheriff's Department pieced the puzzle together for good.
Ralph Stutzman was actually going by the name of Delbert Schrock, and he had moved to Florida. Through all that, we've identified that there's family members and stuff in Florida.
It's actually that extended family which led investigators to realize Stutzman and Schrock were one and the same.
Through DNA submissions where they've submitted their DNA, there was a match to the Stutzman family, and that's basically how the genealogist then got a hold of me and said, hey, I believe I've solved one of your cases.
Stutzman left 13 children behind when he vanished from LaGrange County, and now his grandchildren are all older than he was when he disappeared.
It's relief for my mother. For years and years, she's always said that she would like to know what happened to her dad before she died, and she's 92 years old.
Finally, he gets the answer his mother's been waiting for. Now, Ralph ended up passing away in 1968. It's still unknown why he ever left in the first place, but what is known is that his family back in the Hoosier State can finally move on. Josh?
Getting some clarity, Jack Springate in the newsroom for us tonight. Jack, we appreciate your reporting. Thank you. We want to get to a sad event.
Will anything be done after a 4-year-old Amish child fell out?
All right. So
anything be done?
Saying was the guy changed his name or whatever to Schrock. Like I said, there was a Schrock living here, Ray Schrock. Like a chimney. I mean, like a chimney. Maybe they're right about that. Maybe he was. LaGrange County boy found at 19 years. This happened 12 years ago. I think I remember this one.
In 1994, a boy from LaGrange went missing.
Hometown takeover, LaGrange, Indiana. You know, I seen him on top of the other water tower. Here's the water tower. This was 13 years ago. This was the water tower that they took down. There's another one in town. They were on top of it yesterday. I seen a whole bunch of them now. I don't know if they're taking it down or revamping it, but let's check this out. Let's check this out first. This one kid that was
In
found.
1994. In 1994, a boy from LaGrange went missing. He was at the center of a custody battle between his parents.
The paternal grandparents took him away, and close to 2 decades later, he has been found. News Channel 15's Lamar Holliday has been working on this story, and he's here with just where this missing person was found. Lamar?
Mark and Heather, his name is Richard Wayne Landers Jr. He was found in Long Prairie, Minnesota. That's nearly 2 hours northwest of Minneapolis. I talked to the retired sheriff's deputy who not only worked the case but knew the family. He's glad this story has a happy ending. It started as a custody battle in this LaGrange County courtroom in 1994, but ended in an abduction. Richard Wayne Landers Jr., then 5 years old, went missing. LaGrange County Sheriff's Deputy John Russell, now retired, was on the case.
Made contacts with as many family members as I could find, and just kept hitting a dead end.
Some of those family members Russell knew on a personal level. Further into his investigation, he found out the paternal grandparents were behind it all.
I just knew that they were not the kind of people that were going to see that he got hurt at all. So, but it was wrong.
The grandparents didn't want the courts to award custody to Landers' mother, so they took him and took off. Landers was then put on several missing children's websites. That once dead end became a light at the end of the tunnel after Landers' stepfather turned over Landers' social security number to Indiana State Police in September, which led investigators to do some more checking.
Young man living in the state of Minnesota actually was using this social security number. But what was really interesting was that doing further checking on who this person was, he had the same exact date of birth as the boy who was listed as missing back in 1994.
After 19 years of searching and coming up short, Landers has been found.
It's just too bad that that many years have gone by. But I am really happy that he was found and everything is okay.
Landers is now 24 and married. As far as his grandparents, in 1999, they were charged with a Class C felony of interference with custody, but that was dropped in 2008. The LaGrange County Sheriff's Department says because the statute of limitations has expired, it can't file charges. I did call the FBI in Minneapolis to see if charges will be filed there, but my calls were not returned. In Studio 15 tonight, Lamar Holliday, News Channel 15.
About the breaking news we brought you at 5. A
Manhunt
sex
for
offender now
LaGrange
behind
man
bars charged with
wanted.
4 felonies. 41-year-old Shane Sunken led deputies on a manhunt most of the day. The LaGrange County Sheriff's Department says he broke into his ex-girlfriend's house in Howe early this morning and abducted her. WSBT 22's James Fillmore is at the live desk right now. And James, she got away, but so did he.
Yeah, deputies eventually found him this afternoon, Rick, within a couple miles of the woman's house. The LaGrange County Sheriff says they got tips all day from people in the community, and it was one of those tips that led them to Sunken. The LaGrange County Sheriff's Department says just before 5:30 in the morning, a 39-year-old woman woke up to find her ex-boyfriend, Shane Sunken, inside the house, threatening to hurt her.
She terminated the relationship with him, and he kept coming back and causing problems.
Investigators say Sunken tied the woman up and made her get into her car. The woman managed to jump out of the car while it was moving, but Sunken forced her back in. She convinced him to take her back to the house, where she called police. Then Sunken ran off. Sheriff Terry Martin says this isn't the first time his department has dealt with Sunken.
He's got a couple of child molest cases. He's considered a violent sexual predator. So, he's an individual that needs to be in our facility.
The initial incident happened in the 4700 block of North State Road 9 in Howe, just down the street from a mobile home park where Wayne Strayer lives.
Good thing I got a good watchdog.
Deputies eventually picked up Sunken on 400 North, just a couple miles south from where it all started.
It's very strange to have something like that happen in this area. We just don't have something like that happen. Everybody's friendly. Good, get along well.
The sheriff says they got a lot of tips, and social media really helped get the word out.
People out there liked it and passed it on. This has been a really good tool for us to use to help find these people.
Sunken is charged with criminal confinement, battery, burglary, and intimidation. The woman was treated and released at a local hospital. The sheriff says she had abrasions to her neck. LaGrange and Indiana State Police, as well as St. Joseph County, Michigan deputies helped LaGrange County in that search. At the live desk, James Fillmore, WSBT 22.
All right, let's see what else we got. I remember that one too.
In 1994, a boy from
Wrong one. All right, let's see. I want to check out this hometown takeover, LaGrange, Indiana.
I'm on a Porsche. Old Spice Swagger. Buy it on Instacart now.
I'm Octavia Yoder, the Executive Director of the LaGrange County Community Foundation. And I think our community would be a great place for the hometown takeover.
We live here in LaGrange, Indiana, on Michigan Street, which is one of the oldest brick paved roads.
For me, it's always felt like home. It's beautiful here. There are so many aspects that I love, mostly the people. Unfortunately, some of the homes that are just absolutely beautiful have just fallen in disrepair, and a lot could be done to improve things if some good attention and effort were made.
There's a lot of history here in LaGrange, Indiana. It started as a very affluent neighborhood, and there's beautiful homes with wrapping porches and brick paved roads and these large Victorian homes, and some of them have kind of lost their luster and just need a little bit of help getting going.
Unfortunately, there's been some big setbacks. Even downtown, there was a fire not too long ago that kind of.
All right, there's the fire that I was talking about. I got that on film. Like, they had the whole town shut down for that. I remember that. I got it on film. And they're right. There's a lot of homes around here that are older homes. I agree. Some of them are beautiful, but the asking price is just, it's out of the, not when you gotta come in, you gotta remove the asbestos. You gotta redo the whole house. You know, the asking price on some of them houses are just too much. But this is what I was telling you folks about. We had one of the buildings burned down in town, and they just couldn't save it. A lot of people said they ran out of water. A lot of people said that they just let it burn because who knows, right? There was a lot of rumors in town, but let's continue.
Took out a good chunk of the downtown area, and with
Right, we lost some businesses and some people lose jobs that way then. And now it's sitting with just like an empty square there in the downtown.
I've been a community person here since about 1969. LaGrange to me is a great place to live and work and raise your family. It's kind of an older town with a older motif in our downtown buildings. Not only do we have a safe place to live and work, we have some great county parks to take advantage of if you're an outdoors person. Lots of walking trails, sporting events, and we have two large rivers in our county, Pigeon River and Fawn River.
We have a population of about a little over 2,600 people currently.
I'm really excited that our community has decided to submit this video to you. I love my hometown of LaGrange, Indiana. We do have a few exciting things happening in our town, but there are some things that we're lacking, and part of that is the visual interest of some of our downtown buildings. When you drive into town and you see the stoplight, the first stoplight and one of 3 stoplights we have in our town, it is really ugly, and we need some help. We need some help to bring some beauty back to this town and the community of people who love each other. And
Well, I agree with her on that. It don't look really ugly. Like I said, I'm in town. It's a beautiful little town, and I can't sugarcoat it because I would be lying to you folks. Every little town, every city in America has its troubles. No, I do agree with this little lady. It is a great little town, but there's bad within it, just like every town in America. So I can't sugarcoat it and say it's the greatest little town ever created in the world because I live in it, which I do, but it has its problems and it could grow to be better, and there's room for improvement in every town. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, we have a new hospital. Uh, it's not a real rich town. I mean, there are some beautiful homes around the golf course, and in some of these small little neighborhoods out here, right? That do have modern homes and upper echelons. But it's a good little place. But we have our troubles, and we have people, as you can see, uh, that don't abide by the laws, and it, evil lies everywhere, right? I don't know. Evil lies everywhere. Let's continue to watch.
And we are a community that supports each other.
Hi, I'm Michelle Chrisman, and I'm the manager here at Foltz Bakery in LaGrange. And we love to have our town revitalized.
This is our
We had a
bakery.
fire here where some of our
Mamma
favorite
mia, look at
businesses
the.
burned down. And
I've
I
had
think
their
that
donuts and stuff.
we would be good candidates for a town to have some fixer-uppers.
Hi, I'm Beth Sherman, the Executive Director of LaGrange County Chamber of Commerce. We would love HGTV to come to our town. We have a beautiful courthouse and a beautiful downtown that is so outdated. We need a makeover. Some of the buildings are just amazing, but they need a new facade.
Oh, yes, I remember this now. This was when HDTV wanted to come in. And I don't know if they wanted to go ahead and clean up the town and do something with the buildings. I'm not sure if they did come into town. I know the town has been progressing a little bit each year. Like I said, it's a beautiful town. Um, you know, it's got heritage. They call it Mishawaka, Mishawana, whatever you want to call it, Shipshawana, Mishawana. Uh, it's got Indian backing, ancestry. It's got, well, Indiana was pretty much all swamp. This was all, Indian land that they didn't even go into. It was Black Death, they called it back then, right? The dark forest or whatever it is, or the swamp land or whatever. But this mainly was all swamp at one time. So it's got its heritage. It ain't a real big town, and we do have our troublemakers. Indiana is a biker town, a big biker community within Indiana. Um, you got gangs now coming into South Bend, Elkhart, and all these other things, and it's got a deep history in white racial things, and they stick by it, right? There's still some people that fly the rebel flags out here in town. They have the right to fly their rebel flags and everything. I don't know how, people say, well, that's racist or whatever. I don't know. Everything is racist today, ain't it? Who knows? Well, we got a new visitor. Who is it? Toby McDaniel. You're a huge conspiracy theorist. Nah, conspiracies do exist, but Not all the time. You know little about Indians. I'm an idiot and have a disability, so you're probably right. There's a lot of people that probably know a lot more than me, but I back them because they were abused just like every race and creed was abused at one time, even by their own kind and color. So, yeah, I know that was one that even shocked Elon. Elon even sat back and said, "Johnny, I think you're right. Yeah, we're right. We all were slaves, every race, every creed." And I don't know. I've been told I have some Indian in me. I don't know. Hopefully enough to get a paycheck or at least a casino, I hope. But let's continue on with this beautiful little town. And I remember this. This was a big thing out here. Everyone was like, clean up your place, clean up your yards. HD is coming to town. They want to redo. We want them to put money into our town. So we had to behave that I don't know how long it was, for a couple months or whatever out here. Well, we couldn't walk around with just our boxers outside anymore, so we had to be respectful and everything. But I think it worked. I think they came in and they spent some money, and the town is cleaning up, right? It's people taking responsibility or pride in what they got. Even if you rent a property, that don't mean you don't have to let it go to waste because you don't own it, right? Are you going to cut the grass even though you don't own it and it's a foot tall to make your own place when people come over look presentable? Or are you just going to let it grow and say, it's not my problem, I don't own the place, let the people that own the place fix it, right? We don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows. I said no. Nobody really cares. I said Indiana, not Indians. Well, I'm dyslexic. I read things backwards. Forgive me. I don't know much about either one, probably. So there. Now let's continue with the rest of this video.
If you could come and help us, that would be amazing. Our community is strong. Our chamber is strong. People here just are one big family, and we just need to make it better for them. So if you could come and help, that would be great.
And we have the space. We have the foundation. We just need a little bit of your help. I hope that you choose us. Thank you.
This is a Chilean sweet cherry tree that you can plant now, which will bloom and bear fruit this July.
All right, there you go. There you go. Them are some of the great ladies of LaGrange, Indiana. Uh-oh, Toby got timed out. What happened, Debbie? Did he go too far? I told him he's probably right. I don't know too much about anything, but I'm going with it, winging it. Now, them were some of the great ladies of our town, Indiana, LaGrange. Most of them hit on me. Sorry, ladies. I'm already taken. But great job. Keep it up. Keep the great work going. Let me see if I can find any more dirt in my little sleepy town. Here's the old LaGrange, Indiana, Pennsylvania church sacrificed millions underneath. We'll skip that one. Here's Kendallville Main Street. Let's see what this one is. This is old LaGrange, Indiana, 1844.
Welcome back to another episode of History in Your Own Backyard. I'm Susie Selleck, your host. Today we are in LaGrange, Indiana, here at the First Presbyterian Church, and I'm joined by Pastor Ken Weaver. Ken, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you very much for coming and sharing with us.
So I want to know, is this the congregation's original building?
It's actually our third building.
Okay.
We were formed in 1844. The first building was built in 1853, a small frame building that the congregation quickly outgrew. And in 1882, land was purchased in this area. It was open land, no houses around at all. And one of the members donated bricks, all the bricks that are used here, to get the building process started. And then we had, the town is a bit of history. The town was plotted in 1836 and was made the county seat in 1840.
Oh, very close to.
So,
okay.
Within 4 years, a Reverend Benjamin Ogden was commissioned by the Presbyterians. He was from Three Rivers, Michigan, to come down to LaGrange as it was a growing town. And they found 6 Presbyterians, and there were 6 Presbyterians, and the pastor were the first members of the congregation.
That's great. Ken, when was this sanctuary that we're in right now? When was that built?
God bless.
This started construction in 1882, and it was a process of a year or more. That it has an electric blower now. It eventually were used as overflow classrooms by the local school district for first, second, third graders, I believe.
Wow. So you don't even have like a good, it's just like, oh yeah, we did a contractor and like, here's the how much it costs, like the men.
Work today is broken. We're all working in too many disconnected apps, and it's killing team productivity.
Hold on a minute, folks. Let me figure this out. That was about the church. No, let's keep looking and see. Here's the water tower. I think this is the old water tower. Or no, this might be the new. I'm not sure. It's one of the water towers. We had 2 in town. I think we only have 1 that's left. And like I said, the other day I seen like 5, 6 dudes on top of it. So I think they're doing something to the water tower. I'm not sure, but I hope God. Here's that fire that I got on camera. I got a video.
Same thing. News Channel 15's Kelly Roberts was on the scene and joins us with tonight's top story.
A fire at the Family Dollar on Detroit Street in downtown LaGrange was called in at about 10 this morning. But the fire soon spread to 2 more businesses. Crews fought heavy wind, a dwindling water supply, and conditions in the old buildings that worsened the fire.
There was a lot of smoke. It was like black, pitch black.
Sarah Giles went straight to the LaGrange County Courthouse green after school.
It's really a tragic thing that's happening. A bunch of people are losing their homes, like that were in apartments up top, and then their jobs even.
More than 5 hours after a fire in downtown LaGrange was called in, the building housing the Family Dollar on Detroit Street collapsed.
It just all of a sudden just dropped down because all the fire just destroyed everything.
But even after the building collapsed, 2 other businesses remained on fire.
Gould Sports, the roof is pretty much collapsed into the second floor of the building.
Firefighters also fought some fire and smoke at Santa Cruz Tienda. LaGrange Volunteer Fire Department Chief Dave Elix says the age of the buildings caused problems fighting the fire.
Over time, those firewalls have been purged with remodeling, with heating and ventilation systems, with mechanical runs. And then when those were removed, the firewalls where they were breached were never sealed back up. That's what led to the spread of this.
But within the dark smoke, you could see a community coming together to fight the fire any way they could, including fueling the firefighters.
People have been amazing. I mean, they're bringing in water and Gatorade and Powerade, food left. And I mean, there is a ton of stuff down there for these firemen.
The cause of the fire is not known at this time, and there were no injuries. Another issue firefighters ran into was the water supply. They used a lot of the town's water supply, so a boil order is in effect for the town of LaGrange until further notice. Kelly Roberts, News Channel 15.
Debbie, that's the fire I got on camera. They did run out of water. Water pressure got too low. I remember that. They were saying, don't no one turn on the water. I was like, what is going on? I can hear fire trucks from everywhere coming everywhere. I can hear on the radio, code 3, sector 5. Just going crazy. So I jumped in my car and grabbed my phone. Ran up there and I got on my car and I walked all the way up to where the fire was, close enough to where I can feel it on my skin. The hair was singeing. And the guy's like, get back. I'm like, all right, I'm getting back. Filmed the whole thing, man. Everybody, there was helicopter. What's that? Oh my God, choppers. It was unbelievable. And then they just ran out of water. The water pressure got too low. They finally had to, it was just horrible, Debbie. You should have been here. Let's see what else we can find. What a beautiful little town. But like I said, I don't want to sugarcoat everything and say it's the promised land, right? Because I don't want to lie. We can't figure out what keeps attacking us.
This issue.
Delphi. Uh-oh. Los Angeles. In the street. Episode 2. Hot Walker. No, we don't have nothing like that around here. So sad, but no. Trucker dash cam. Large shot Scotch looker. Okay, this might be the thing that everyone's talking about that's around here. Large Sasquatch. I'm telling you, I don't think it is. It's just a road. Probably biker. Maybe fell off his bike. Maybe he took some bad LSD or something. But well, there he is. The thing of Lagrange. I see it right there. Debbie, you see him? He's right there. He's big too. It looked like he had. Oh my God. Let's skip that one. Let's just skip that one because it's too gory.
It was just over 4 months ago. Hurricane Harvey devastated parts of Texas. It was just over 4 months ago. Hurricane Harvey devastated parts of Texas. In LaGrange, roads and shops destroyed as water flooded the city. 4 months later, the city is slowly rebuilding, but the road to recovery is far from over. And the city needs volunteers to help. KVU's Christy Millward is live in one of the hardest hit areas. And Christy, how does it look there now?
Well, Quade, I want to show you this pile of debris back here. This was a...
That's LaGrange, Texas. Sorry. Wrong LaGrange. I'm just looking for some touch. It's a long day. Hold on, what's this? What the? Indiana, South Bend. Oh, South Bend. This is close to where I am. Probably about an hour away, hour and a half. I think that's pretty much. Oh, here we go. Tornado. This is the tornado we have. LaGrange, Indiana. Hold on. Debbie, can you hear me? This was the tornado that came through here. I got it on film. Remember that? The power went out. I was screaming. Annie M. So hell opened up. There it is, right on film. You all thought I was lying. You all were saying the crazy thing. But I was here that day. remember it clearly. You see the updraft and the downdraft, it's being sucked up into it. What a beautiful thing. Yeah. Remember that day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough of LaGrange for now. I'm really sorry, Toby McDaniels, that you got timed out. I know I'm not the greatest and I don't know everything about every race or creed or anything, but you can't please everybody. But you're welcome here if you're going to be polite. Miss Debbie Fox, I want to thank you for being my bodyguard tonight. What a great woman. Very tough. Very crazy. And you got to be these days. You got to be completely crazy. I want to thank her. I remember that was scary. Yeah, it was a horrible day, wasn't it? The tornadoes and all the stuff that was going on. It was just unbelievable. It was horrifying. Exhilarating all in the same time. It's unbelievable. Now, I do want to go ahead and I want to thank everybody, the town of LaGrange. We all have our troubles and everything, and brainwashing cults and everything like that, secret societies and everything. It's just another day for us. Debbie, I can't wait to see you when you come into town. We can get a photo of you riding a cannon and the great LaGrange buffalo. You probably won't even be able to do 2 seconds on that thing, and it'll kick you right off. But God bless you for trying. If you do, send me a photo when you do come through town. God bless you. Tough little lady. Probably wanted in 50 states, but we love you on this channel and can't wait till we get to know you better. I'm playing. Now, you folks have a great night. God bless. I might be back. And we got rain coming tomorrow, and then it turns to snow, and then I think the rest of the week in the 40s. So let's prepare for it, LaGrange, just in case. They're saying we could get a thunderstorm, possibly a slight risk of tornadoes. So you folks have a great night. God bless.